Hello. It is I, Akiba Johnson. The Akiba Johnson that wrote the book, The Protectors. Book 1 is Child of the Prophecy. Prophecy. Alright, so I haven't seen you guys in a while. How have you been? Jeepers, creepers. I had the worst cough and cold. So I couldn't even talk to my friends. Um, yeah, I was actually sick for a little while. First I was having problem keeping my iron levels going good because I'm anemic. And when my iron levels are off, it's like you don't even want to know. I really don't feel good in the least bit. So I wasn't doing very well. Then immediately after that, because it can affect your immune system, I started getting this really horrid cold cough. My cough is like literally an old man who smokes cough. It was like that. No offense to all the old men out there, but it's pretty horrid. Um, but I guess in the last book, I said I was going to talk about some of the books I've read, and what I like to read, and who I've read, who are my favorite authors. Um, all right, so um, I like Anne McCaffrey. She wrote the Pern series and a couple of other series. Acornia, I think it is, series. I haven't read that in like 20 years. Um, and she wrote a few other things, but the Pern series, Dragon Riders of Pern, is what I like the best. And there's a lot of books in that series, so I really love it. All taking place on the planet of Pern. Um, so, the next books that I was interested in, or the other books that I want, and Dean Koontz. I always like to mention him because I pretty much read everything that he writes and enjoy everything that he writes. He doesn't write bad books. Um, so I like him. My son reads him too, and he's pretty good. Um, what else? So the other book that I read recently, my most recent read was Inner World and American Gods, written by the author that wrote the Coraline book that became a movie. Um, and and obviously he wrote Coraline too. Um, but it's pretty. He's new to me. I got American Gods as an audio because I wanted something to listen to when I did. I actually was working on doing stained glass windows in my Florida room. So I did all the Florida room in this wave pattern stained glass. See it? You see it? So I did waves through the whole room. You can't see me now. Did waves in the whole room because I thought it looked groovy. So while I was out here doing my windows in that faux stained glass, I got American Gods and Inner World and was listening to them as an audiobook. And then I listen to a lot of books as I drive around. So I keep like a disc, a book in the car or on my phone so I can listen to it as I'm going. The other book that I listened to as I was driving around was Inner World by the same author. His name is Neil. Last name begins with a G, and I am so sorry, but I do not remember his last name. You guys gotta remember I wasn't feeling very well when I was listening to these books, and and I'm sorry I didn't retain his last name. This good. Okay. Normally, you guys know I'm drinking coffee, and I'm always like, this is this flavor of coffee. Well, because I'm trying to get over this cold, I've been drinking a lot of tea. Okay. This is like a chamomile tea, but I added a teaspoon of lemon and some honey. Okay. Um, so there you go. It's really good. It really is. Um, so those are the books that I've been reading lately. Lately, I've been doing projects in this Florida room to get it ready because my son will be coming down for a week, and I'm super duper excited about that. And decided to fix up this room as somewhere he can stay because the weather will be nice. We wanted to have the Florida room ready for our first guest that came into town a few weeks ago, but we weren't able to have that project done in time, and the weather was not participating because it was a little bit nippy, and we didn't want to put people in the Florida room that isn't as insulated as the rest of the house, so we didn't want anyone to be cold. Um, so we put them up in Tony's man cave, um, which is a converted bedroom. You know, we just kind of turned it into his man cave. So they got to have the big TV, and I think they were pretty comfortable. We put a bed in there and moved the couch against the wall, so they were able to have that space freed up for them. And I think they were comfortable. I hope they were. That was fun. Um, I'm trying to think of what else I've been up to because it's been so long since I did a video. I talked to you guys the last time about um, uh, the TV shows that I watch. I'm all caught up on Grimm again. Because, you know, I'll miss 3 or 4 episodes and then I'll be like, oh, yeah, I need to watch it. So I'm caught up again. Um, and I'm caught up on Empire. That last episode was like, what the hay basket? And it was crazy. And I enjoyed it, though. It was my kind of crazy. A bird tried to fly through my window again. And I was so mad because I had just put the fake stained glass faux. It's not fake. It's faux stained glass. But I had just put the faux stained glass. I'm actually thinking about doing another one of these right here, if you're looking behind me, with an ocean scene with dolphins and stuff instead of, because this is all painted, but do an ocean one instead. Um, it's a divider. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but it's something to think about as a project, you know, for something to, something to do as a project. Sometimes it's fun to just have a nice little project. Um, so, um, so what else have I been up to? Um, The book cover. All right, let's talk about the protectors. I know that's why you're here. All right, so the book cover. You guys know that I had said I was gonna do hire an artist to do the book cover, and that was totally the plan for a long time. And I was looking, and I had even gotten a great idea from a friend of mine who I was discussing the issue with, and I told him about me needing an artist and whatnot. And he had said, why don't you put an ad out at the college? Well, I thought, okay, that sounds like a great idea. And I got ready to do it, but then I felt like, dude, I paint and draw and whatnot. Why am I hiring someone to design my book cover? Why don't I just design it myself? So I started with the designs for the book cover, and I'm working on that. And I'm hoping that by the end of May to have the new book cover out. Now, the reason why we are talking about a new book cover in the first place. All right. Well, originally, I had some ideas for a book cover. However, what ended up being a distraction for me was I gave myself a deadline, and I'm trying to keep to all my deadlines and all of my schedules that I'm setting for myself, being a business person, running my own publishing company. I'm having to set my own goals, give myself my own schedule and everything like that. And I'm trying to learn how to respect myself enough to keep my schedule. So I wanted to keep my schedule, so I decided to do a stock book cover instead of waiting another 2 months until I could finish the cover like I liked it, and then okay. So I let that stock book stand, and I was started launching this channel and got caught up in doing this channel and writing book 2 to the protectors. So now I've come back around to working back on this book cover. And that is why this book cover seems as though it's taken a long time, because the book has been out since the beginning of January. And so the cover needed to have a cause on it. And I was trying to make my deadlines. So there we are. What else? I'm just trying to get everybody caught up on what I've been up to and what's going on with my book and my projects, because it's been so long since I did a video because I was sick, that now I'm like going, did I hit all the points that I was trying to make? With that, see, could put my eye out with that spoon. Let's see. All right, so the other thing that I've been thinking about is that it's really hard to do everything myself when I don't give myself a schedule or anything else like that. So I've gone back to my old business classes, my old business books, and went back to treating myself like a company and giving myself a schedule and deadlines and tasks and things that I need to take care of and do with my publishing company. And my publishing company is I Write for Life Publishing. And then you guys know I publish I self published. I publish all my books through I Write for Life on Amazon.com. So just look me up on Akiva Johnson at Amazon.com for my books. Right now I have the one book, my first book out, that's been out now for 4 whole months. Super exciting. And that book is The Protector's Child of the Prophecy. Is book 1 in that series. I'm currently getting towards the end of writing book 2, whose title I have not released yet. I will release that title 1 month before I release the book, which will be at the end of this summer. So fall of 2015, we'll talk about book 2. So I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of business planning and stuff like that. And that's really where my head has been lately, which means my head has been in a good place. And that's what's going on with me in the world of the protectors, because people always send me email, how's the book doing? Oh, I got my copy. Which I do appreciate. I have not sold so many books to where every copy doesn't matter. Every single copy of every single book that I sell makes me smile. I check up on my copies every few days, and every time I look, I'm smiling. Especially if if I get an email from you that says, I just bought my copy, I go on Amazon and see, oh yeah, it just went up by 2 books, or it just went up by 1 book. And it makes me happy. So when you get your copy, send me an email, because I might email you back and say, have you gotten to chapter such and such yet? Because I have a question about, do you have any questions, or I would like to pose this or whatever. I'm trying to be very interactive, because at this point it's exciting. It's my first book. It's just fun to do. So that's what's up with me. What's up with you? Do you have any questions about anything protector, or any of my previous videos, or this video, or about my honey tea, or about ribbit? But any questions that you have, just post them here. Let me know. If you have a nice comment to write, leave me a great comment too, okay? And don't forget to hit like on my video. Don't forget to subscribe. And please, please, please don't forget to buy my book, The Protectors, Book 1, Child of the Prophecy, available for you at Amazon.com, or go to my Facebook page, Akiva Johnson, and hit shop now, and it'll take you directly to my book on Amazon. All right, so I'm here on YouTube as Akiva Johnson. You can find me on Facebook, Akiva Johnson, or Twitter, Akiva Johnson. Or just grab my book off Amazon.com. Type in Akiva Johnson, The Protectors, Book 1, Child of the Prophecy. Thank you so much. And I think we're all caught up.